Call to order. Invocation by Ms. Lynette Cook and pledge allegiance by Ms. Liz Hebert. Ms. Cook?
Thank you. Father, as we gather together today at this meeting, we ask that you will be in our midst. We ask that you will strengthen us, restore us, and inspire us with your love. Fill us with your peace. Show us that as we journey onwards, we can pour out your love and grace to others. We ask all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good evening. We welcome you to the Lafayette City Council meeting. As presiding officer and chair, I would like to announce the following. This is a public hearing. To address the council on any item on this agenda, please fill out the blue form or call in to 337-291-8428. 337-291-8428 to submit your information to the clerk prior to the call of the agenda item, or you will not be given the opportunity to speak. Staff assistance is available if needed. Item for submission to the council should be handled to the council clerk, Ms. Veronica Williams, seated to my left in the middle. When addressing the council, state your name and title for the official record. The 5-minute rule will be in effect. No debating or confrontational statements will be allowed. The front row to my left is for media only. Food and drinks are not allowed in the auditorium. Please silence all phones and electronic devices. Meeting procedures are by resolution and not by Robert's Rules of Order. All documents with reference to meetings can be found on the LCG website. And finally, the council encourages your involvement in boards or commissions. If interested, call 337-291-8800. 337-291-8800. Chair announcements. Item number 16, J0-017-2020, relative to adjudicated property, was deferred to May 19th. Item number 17, J0-018-2020, relative to the Hyman Center Board, has a proposed amendment to add a parish appointment to the board, make the city appointments as a whole, and to increase the board size from 7 to 8. Item number 27, JO-028-2020. The grass cutting ordinance is being deferred per the author's request to the May 19 meeting to allow additional time to meet with EQ representative. Executive session, item number 5, will be handled after item number 31. For those turning in from home or other locations, call 337-291-8428. 337-291-8428 if you wish to speak. Please keep in mind that there is delay when viewing on TV or the internet. The chair, myself, do not have any announcement to make, but is there any council members who would like to make any announcements?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I would just like to say for our AOC partners and LCG Ustream partners, we've got a request through the council office and the volume through the viewing options is not loud enough. So if you can on your end to please turn up the volume.
Okay, sure will. Everyone, please turn up your volume. You can. Okay, Executive Mayor President report. Mr. Mayor President.
Oh, am I live?
Yes,
okay.
you are.
I didn't want our viewers at home to miss that. So good evening, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Good evening, council members. So our budget to actual comparison has been submitted to the council for your review and consideration. Director Toops had sent a message through me to let you know that you feel free to email her, call her directly, and we welcome that with any questions that you have. Other than that, I just want to tell the council thank you. I appreciate you. You know, this COVID-19 situation has not only created a public health emergency, as you are all aware of it, but as we're seeing, it has now created an economic emergency as well. So I just want to thank you for all that you're doing. I see you out there. I know your constituents appreciate it. I appreciate it. The administration appreciates you. I also appreciate the communication that we've had surrounding the economic side of this. You know, we have a lot of tough decisions that we're going to have to make here in the next few months. Just know how eager I am to work with you to get these things done, and we're going to be able to, we'll get through this. I know we will. On the economic side, you know, the sales tax revenue we're not immune to this, just like businesses are. But specifically, there's a group out there in our city, in our parish, a group of businesses that the government has forced to shut down, whether it's my emergency declaration or the governor's emergency declaration. And there's a significant percentage of that group that has nowhere to go, no SBA relief, they're not eligible for a paycheck protection program or economic injury disaster loans. And as we tackle that, I just want to express my appreciation for you guys recognizing that and our increased communication. And to our public out there, we're going to get through this. This is just one aspect that we can't overlook, and together we'll be able to take care of this very vital group to our economy and to our community. So really, other than the budget actual, it's really just an appreciation. And then one other reminder, the UDC replacement committee was put on hold due to the COVID-19 situation. Whether we use real-time audio, video, Zoom, or whatnot, I do want to get those kind of ramped up again over the next, let's say, month or so. When we do that, we have certain rules. I know no more than 2 per council can attend these. The last few, we had representation from both the city and parish council. We'd like to continue that because any product that we submit to the planning commissions, you know, I want that to be a joint effort. And so far, we started off on a good foot. Let's continue to do that. So if you want to pick 2, if you want to rotate, however, I respect whatever your wishes are. And then just know that we've been talking with planning and zoning to increase the participation of both planning commission members as well. They have the same rules. They can only have no more than 2 as well. But I figured if we're all involved, we get our constituents involved, we get our each demographic that's represented or deals with the UDC, we'll be able to provide a better product for those that we are called to serve. And on that note, that's all I have. It's an honor to serve with you, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. This is a public hearing, and blue sheets or call-ins are available for anyone wishing to address the council. The 5-minute rule does apply. Jeremy, please read item number 6.
City Ordinance 28, 2020. An ordinance of the Lafayette City Council authorizing the filing of applications for grant funding which may become available to address economic hardships resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic.
I need a motion and a second, please. A motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Ms. Nanette Cook. Any council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Let's call for a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 29, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 1920 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $9,440.73 received from the United States Marshal Service and appropriating within the Lafayette Police Department.
I need a motion and a second. Motion by Ms. Hebert, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Any council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Need a vote, please, to adopt the ordinance?
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 30, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 1920 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $40,000 received from the Louisiana Commission on Law Enforcement, authorizing the transfer of matching funds in the amount of $10,000 from Fund 101 and appropriating within the Lafayette Police Department.
Motion is second, please. Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Ms. Nanette Cook. Council discussion? See there's none. Ms. Williams, public comments?
No, sir.
Need a vote to adopt the ordinance, please?
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 1?
Yes.
District 2? Motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 31, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 1920 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to move appropriations within the Lafayette Fire Department to complete projects for the remainder of the fiscal year and a transfer of $35,000 to Public Works to relocate the radio communications tower during the roof replacement project.
Motion, second. Motion by Ms. Hebert, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Council discussion. I see there is none. Ms. Williams, public comments.
No, sir.
Let's call for the vote to adopt the ordinance, please.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 32, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 1920 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $250,000 from Dr. Gerard Park Roundabout to new traffic signal Vero at Vincent project within the Traffic Roads and Bridges Department.
Motion and second, please. Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Ms. Lynette Cook. Council discussion, I see some right here. Ms. Cook, please.
Yes, is Warren Abity in the house somewhere? Yeah, I'd like to just call him in. I know there may be a couple of questions.
No, definitely, and I know Director Abity has some data to show this. It's pretty significant. I believe is it in your district?
It's in my district. No,
Yeah.
I mean, I support it. I know there might be a few questions on the council, but I do think it's a great project, so,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, he's going to explain how that happened. It was pretty good.
absolutely.
We got lucky.
Yes, we did.
No, we got Warren.
Yeah, that's called lucky.
That's right.
All right, Warren.
And by the way, soon to no longer be interim director, soon to be permanent. So I tell you what, yes. And if our other two back there, Mr. Vincent and let's see, is Brian Smith? Brian's not back there, huh? Chad Naveau, yeah, Chad Vincent, I'm sorry, Chad Vincent. Chad Naveau, if that camera's on me, I love you, buddy. I know you're looking back there. They are also no longer interim. So our city and our parish will be better served by these gentlemen. And some of the projects we're able to do, and I'm not trying to steal your thunder, but we're able to fund this project, like Councilman Nakane said, because we were under budget on some other projects. That's purely because of the efficiencies of these gentlemen that are continuously working. Some of that's before I even was sworn in, but that efficiency continue to go in. So happy that we have that, and I'm so happy that we broke up Public Works to have more accountability, and this is your fruits in action. So thank you so much.
So I am Warren Abity, Director of Traffic Roads and Bridges.
I just wanted you to explain the roundabout, the funding for that, and how we ended up with the extra funds.
Okay, so when the roundabout was originally conceived as a project, it was part of a local road safety project, which was comprised of federal money up to $500,000 for a project. And so the total construction cost was about $1 million. And so because the project was conceived using federal money, we had to go through all of the federal requirements to get the project to the point where we were going to bid it. And so because we did that and we went through all the requirements, this project was also eligible to be funded with MPO money through the APC. And so instead of us paying all the $500,000, we used MPO money to finish it, and so we only had to do it was 80-20, so we only were responsible for 20% of the rest. And so because of that, we had a surplus in the Hospital Drive Gerard Park account, because we were no longer picking up 100% of the 50%, we were just picking up the 20% match. And so when we went looking for money to fund the new signal that's going in at Vero and Vincent, and the reason it's going in is because there's a safety issue there. This account had available funding in it, so that's where we proposed to pull it from.
No, that was great. We need to stay friends with the MPO people, okay?
We are, we're in the same building.
We like them. So, yeah, I don't have anything else. If anybody else, I think Glenn had a question.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Lazar.
He answered my question.
Okay. Mr. Nakane, you have the floor.
First, I want to say thank you, Warren, for doing such a wonderful job in getting that money, recognizing it, and bringing it back to us, because we surely can use it in other places. I want to thank the Mayor President for recognizing talent and putting you in the position you need to be in. So, because efficiency is what he's all about. That's what he's trying to create. So thank you, both of you, for doing what y'all do.
Welcome.
Thank you, Councilman.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Warren,
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
Don't go too far.
I'm not.
Ms. Williams, any public comments?
Yes, sir.
Let's call for a vote to adopt the ordinance.
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4.
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 33, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 1920 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $100,000 from Hospital Drive, Girard Park Roundabout to Adaptive Traffic Signal Control MTC project within the Traffic Roads and Bridges Department.
Need a motion and a second, please? Motion by Mr. Hebert, second by Mr. Andy Nakane. Council discussion. I see, Ms. Cook, you have the floor.
I just want to call Warren up again, please. This is a great program. I want you to explain it.
Okay, so this budget revision is to fund the match of the Adaptive Traffic Signal Project, which is another MPO federally funded project through the Acadiana Planning Commission. So this project is to upgrade our traffic signal hardware to allow the signal timing to change based on the amount of traffic that's there. And so currently, we do a lot of time of day and day of week, which means that on a Wednesday at 4 o'clock, we expect a certain amount of traffic there, and we set the timings based on that. Well, tomorrow, this system will actually measure the amount of traffic there and then change the signals based on how much actually there, not how much we expect to be there.
That's awesome.
And so, and a second part of the project that we're also very excited about is it's also going to upgrade our emergency vehicle preemption system, which, from my understanding, was 1970 technology. And so this will, it'll upgrade it to where all the fire trucks and the ambulances will have the ability to change the light whenever they're en route to a call. And so we're hoping that that could save the response time quite a bit.
Do you have particular locations in mind of where these?
So the emergency vehicle preemption will be practically everywhere. I say practically because there's probably some signals out there that are just so minor that it won't matter, but any moderately sized to major intersection will be.
Will be included?
And so the adaptive is approximately 80 to 90 signals along all of our major corridors: Ambassador, Johnston, University, Congress, Pinhook.
Okay. Okay. That sounds great. Thanks.
Mr. Lazar, you have the floor.
Mr. Abbott, there are two particular intersections that concern me that I'd like for you to put on your radar,
Okay?
and that's the intersections of Willow and Moss
Okay?
and Willow and Louisiana Avenue.
Okay?
Because the signals there, that's the neighborhood I live in, and it's especially a problem on weekends, I guess, because it seems like the signals are set, giving both Moss and Louisiana extensive time, I guess. And I guess that's based on weekday traffic.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
signals permanently set to run the same cycles 24/7?
So no, generally they change roughly every hour during the day.
Okay.
And so sometimes, a lot of times on weekends, it's probably running the same thing it runs on a weekday.
Right.
And so it feels like it's given a lot of priority to the major street when there's probably not as much traffic as it needs to. So we could look at it.
Appreciate that.
Ms. Hebert, you have the floor.
Warren, first question, can you send us a list of the intersections that are going to be, where this
Yeah.
is going to be installed at?
Yeah.
I'd like to see a list, and then I'm going to assume that these are going to be intersections just within the city, because that's where the funding is coming from city projects?
Yeah, 99% of our signals are in the city.
Okay,
I say 99 because actually, unless something's changed that I hadn't looked in a while, Vero School Road and Pinhook is a little tiny piece of parish. And so they're either in the city or 100% surrounded by city. They just happen to not be annexed.
okay, yeah, send us a list whenever you get that, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
I actually have it, but I'll email it to y'all.
Perfect, thank you. And then, going back, I meant to buzz in and ask about the Verot light. When can we expect that to be installed?
So I don't 100% control my destiny on that because Vero School Road is a state road. So it'll require a permit. It'll require them approving the plans. My hope is the new school year.
New school year?
That's my hope. I'm scared to commit because I don't.
Like when
If
they're
it was-
actually back in school or virtual
Yeah, when they're
school?
back in, back in school in the
Maybe.
fall.
Okay, so
And so if it was two
around the
city
fall-ish.
roads, I could
Yeah,
say things that I hopefully could come through on, but not every part of this I control. So
sure.
if permitting goes well and the approval of the plans go well, I'm confident that it's needed. We need to get it done. So
Right.
it's a high priority on my list, I assure you.
I know that. Well, great, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it. That's all I have, Chairman.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Abadu. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Okay, let's call for the vote to adopt this ordinance.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5.
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 34, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council authorizing the filing of an application with the Federal Transit Administration for operating and capital assistance in the amount of $2,519,758 through FTA Section 5307, Urbanized Area Formula Funds, along with the required match in the amount of $182,584 for use within the Public Works Department Transit Division.
Motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Hebert, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Any council discussion? I see there is none. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Let's call for the vote to adopt this ordinance.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5, District 1.
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. City Ordinance 35, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council authorizing the filing of an application with the Federal Transit Administration for capital assistance in the amount of $292,774 through the Federal Transit Administration Section 5339 Bus and Bus Facilities Formula Allocations Program for capital assistance along with the required match in the amount of $51,666 for federal fiscal year of 2020 for use within the Public Works Department Transit Division.
I need a motion and a second, please. Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Ms. Nanette Cook. Any council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, public comments, if
No,
any.
sir.
Let's call for the vote to adopt this ordinance, please.
District 3,
Yes.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5, District 1,
Yes.
District 2. Motion to adopt is approved.
These are joint ordinance for final adoption. This is a public hearing, and blue sheets or call-ins are available for anyone wishing to address the council. The 5-minute rule does apply. Jeremy, please read item number 14.
Joint Ordinance 12, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Advisory Commission on Crime Prevention.
Motion and second, please. Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Mr. Andy Nakane. Any council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Let's call for the vote to adopt the ordinance.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 13, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Downtown Management Committee.
Motion and second, please.
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Liz Hebert, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
We did have one citizen who called in, did not wish to speak, but supports the ordinance.
Okay, let's vote on this to adopt the ordinance, please.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved.
Okay, Jeremy, please read item number 16.
Number 16 has been
Oh,
deferred to
deferred,
the May
okay.
19th meeting. We'll
Okay.
go on to item number 17.
Okay, Jeremy, number 17, please.
Joint Ordinance 18, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Hyman Performing Arts Center and Frem F. Bustani Convention Center Advisory Commission.
I need a motion and a second, please. Motion by Ms. Liz Hebert, second by Mr. Andy Nakane. The artists have proposed an amendment to add a parish appointment to the board, make the city appointments as a whole, and to increase the board size from 7 to 8. I need a motion and a second for that, please. Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Council discussion or amendments? Any council, okay. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Okay, let's call for vote on the amendment.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
Motion to amend is approved.
Any council discussion on ordinance as amended? I see there is none. Ms. Williams, any public comment on ordinance as amended?
No, sir.
Okay, we need a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance as amended.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? Motion to adopt as amended is approved. Joint Ordinance 19, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Parish Convention and Visitors Commission.
A motion on the second, please. Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook. Second by Mr. Andy Nakane. Any council discussion? Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
We need a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 1?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 20, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the People's Safety Initiative.
Motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Liz Hebert. Second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Any council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, any public
No,
comments?
sir.
Okay, we need a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 1?
Yes.
District 2? Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 21, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Economic Development Authority.
Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Council discussion. There's none. Ms. Williams, public comments.
No, sir.
Vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 22, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Parish Bayou Vermilion District.
Motion and a second. Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Ms. Nanette Cook. Council discussion. I see there's none. Ms. Williams, public comments.
No, sir.
Let's call for the vote to adopt this ordinance.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 23, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Parish Library Board of Control.
Motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Liz Hebert, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Any council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, public
No,
comments.
sir.
Okay, let's get a vote to adopt this ordinance.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 24, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Natural History Museum and Planetarium Commission.
Motion and second. Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Mr. Andy Nakane. Any council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Let's call for the vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 1?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 25, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Metropolitan Expressway Commission.
Second and a motion and a second, please. Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Council discussion. I see there's none. Any public comments, Ms. Williams?
No, sir.
Okay, let's call for a vote to adopt the ordinance.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 26, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council amending and reenacting Chapter 34, Article 4, Section 34-366 of the Noise Control Code to provide a sound level limit of 60 decibels in residential areas between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. for sewer treatment plant, sewer lift station, and electric substation and switchyard sound sources in the city of Lafayette and the unincorporated areas of Lafayette Parish.
Motion and second. Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Ms. Liz Hebert. Council discussion. Mr. Lazar, you have the floor.
Do we have a current limit, and is this raising or lowering that limit?
Mr. Chair,
Anybody here to speak on that?
I have.
Okay.
So the current level, I believe, is 50 decimal. It's mine.
It's
Yeah.
50.
So the 60 decimal would just be for these particular sound sources that are listed. So treatment plant, sewer lift station, and electric substation and switchboard sound sources. So just for that, oh, there we go. Did I answer that correctly?
I
I didn't hear your answer.
Just go with yes and we're good.
Okay.
No. So I think we have a subject matter expert, but it's my understanding that it would just be around those sound sources that we would be amending it those 10 decibels. But
That's correct.
thank you. All right, watch out. Let's end on that note.
Might want to be a council.
Thank you, though.
That's good.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Good. Okay, thank you, Mr. Bryan. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
We did have one citizen who called in, did not wish to speak, and signed in to support the ordinance.
Okay, let's get a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 27, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council amending the fiscal year 1920 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by authorizing the transfer of $325,000 in home investment partnerships funds within the Community Development Department to Lafayette Habitat for Humanity.
Need a motion and a second? Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Ms. Liz Hebert. Council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
Yes, sir. We did have citizens who did not wish to speak, who wrote in support. 11 citizens wrote in to support the ordinance.
Okay, we need a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved.
Okay, item number 27 has been deferred until May 19th. That's JO-028-2020. Has been deferred until May 19th. Chairman, please read item number 28, please.
Joint Ordinance 29, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Evangeline Thruway redevelopment team.
I need a motion and a second. Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Any council discussion? I see none. Ms. Williams, any public comment?
No, sir.
Okay, let's get a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 30, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Preservation Commission.
Need a motion and a second. Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Any council discussion? I see there's none. Ms. Williams, public comments.
No, sir.
Okay, we need a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 1?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 31, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette City Parish President's Awareness Committee for Citizens with Disabilities.
Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Mr. Andy Nakane. Any council discussion? I see none. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Need a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5? District 1?
Yes.
District 2? Motion to adopt is approved. Joint Ordinance 32, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Municipal Fire and Police Civil Service Board.
Motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Liz Hebert, second by Mr. Andy Nakane. Any council discussion? I see none. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Need a vote from the council to adopt the ordinance.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2? District 3?
Yes.
Motion to adopt is approved.
Okay, executive session. Jeremy, please read number 5, please.
Timothy Supple et al. Versus the City of Lafayette, 15th JDC, Lafayette Parish, docket number 2019-7949, Division D.
Okay, is legal around so they can explain why we're going into executive session? No other have on here. Okay, well, I need a, Ms. Veronica. Do we do the motion first, or I see right here it says, explain
Well,
why?
We have legal that
Legal.
could come up and explain to
Then
the
we do the
citizens
motion.
why it's necessary
Yeah.
to go into executive
Right,
session
then we do the motion.
and behind closed doors.
Right.
Good evening.
Good
Mr.
evening.
Chairman, this matter involves pending litigation in which the City of Lafayette is a party, and because of the nature of the claims and defenses asserted in the litigation, it's my opinion that discussion of the litigation in open session will have a detrimental effect on the litigation or the bargaining position of the City of Lafayette in the litigation. For that reason, it is my opinion that an executive session is permissible and appropriate for discussion of the litigation, and I recommend that the council go into executive session for that purpose.
Sir, could you say your name for the record?
Sure. Paul Escott, Assistant City Parish Attorney.
Thank you for your legal opinion, sir.
All right.
Okay, I need a motion and a second to enter into executive session. Motion by Ms. Nanette Cook, second by Mr. Andy Nakane. Any council discussion? I see there is none. Ms. Veronica, is there any public comments?
No, sir.
Then I call to enter executive session.
District 5? Yes. District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
Motion to enter executive session is approved.
We'll now move to executive session.
Yeah, we now move to executive session. My man.
I want to show y'all where to sit so we're not duplicating seats, you know.
Okay, hold up. Okay, I will. When they all come back in.
All right. Okay.
Where's Liz? Come on, Liz.
Oh, really?
Somebody hit the knob from the other, and hit the knob
Missing
in,
one
so
more.
we couldn't get on.
Okay, we got a quorum, right? Have you can hit my, you can hit my thing?
We got quorum. Let's go.
I need a motion and a second to return from executive session. Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane. Second by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Council discussion. I see there's none. Ms. Woodman, any public comments?
No, sir.
Okay, let's call for the vote.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3? District 4?
Yes.
Motion to return from executive session is approved.
Introductory ordinance. I need a motion and a second from the council to introduce ordinance item 32 to 33 in global. Motion by Mr. Andy Nakane. Second by Ms. Nanette Cook. Jeremy, please read 32 to 33.
City Ordinance 37, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to accept a donation of certain improvements hereinafter described for the purpose of operating and maintaining a sewer line. City Ordinance 38, 2020, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Council amending the fiscal year 1920 operations and maintenance budget and capital improvements budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to make appropriations adjustments within the Utilities Department.
Okay, I need call for discussion. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
No council discussion. I see there's none. Okay, I need a vote in global, item 32 to 33. I need to vote on these into, please.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3? District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
Motion to introduce in globo is approved.
Joint introductory ordinance. I need a motion and a second from the council to introduce ordinance item 35 to 53 in global. Moved by Mr. Glenn Lazar. Second by Ms. Liz Hebert. Jeremy, please read in global.
Joint Ordinance 33, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to execute a cooperative endeavor agreement as amended with the Lafayette Parish School Board to receive funds directed for use in construction of Lafayette Transit System bus stop shelters and to amend the then current operative budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government to account for receipt and expenditure of said funds. Joint Ordinance 34, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Parish Waterworks District North. Joint Ordinance 35, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing and reaffirming the Transportation Policy Committee of the Acadiana Metropolitan Planning Organization. Joint Ordinance 36, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Parish Waterworks District South. Joint Ordinance 37, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reaffirming the Parish of Lafayette's appointment to the Board of Commissioners of the Teche-Vermilion Freshwater District. Joint Ordinance 38, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council affirming the Cajun Dome Commission. Joint Ordinance 39, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reaffirming the Industrial Development Board of the Parish of Lafayette, Louisiana Incorporated. Joint Ordinance 40, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Animal Care Center Advisory Board. Joint Ordinance 41, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reaffirming the Municipal Civil Service Board in accordance with Section 4-15 of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government Home Rule Charter. Joint Ordinance 42, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reaffirming the Downtown Development Authority. Joint Ordinance 43, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Board of Zoning Adjustment. Joint Ordinance 44, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Emergency Medical Services Advisory Board. Joint Ordinance 45, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the North Lafayette Redevelopment Authority. Joint Ordinance 46, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Keep Lafayette Beautiful Board. Joint Ordinance 47, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reaffirming the members of the Board of Trustees of the Lafayette Public Trust Financing Authority. Joint Ordinance 48, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reaffirming the members of the Board of Trustees of the Lafayette Public Innovation Alliance. Joint Ordinance 49, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reorganizing the Lafayette Airport Commission. Joint Ordinance 50, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reaffirming the City Planning and Zoning Commission in accordance with Section 4-10A of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government Home Rule Charter. Joint Ordinance 51, 2020, a joint ordinance of the Lafayette City Council and the Lafayette Parish Council reaffirming the Parish Planning and Zoning Commission in accordance with Section 4-10B of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government Home Rule Charter.
Council discussion, please. Ms. Williams, any public comments?
No, sir.
Okay, I need a call to introduce in global, items 35 to 53.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes,
Motion to introduce in globo is approved.
join the city council meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Safe out there.
Every day.
Every day.
Good day, people.
It wasn't bad.
Ambassador Samuel.
Are we on the mic? Yeah. Are we on?